Today on In the House, Michael and I sit down for a discussion about what we love about construction. I give my take on how to go about solving a problem even when the solution is unclear, and we dive into the topic of team development and how we get high performance. We hope you like this episode. If you do, share with a friend and give the show 5 stars. Thanks for listening. Upgrade your construction layouts with trademarks. These heavy-duty vinyl markers are designed to withstand harsh job site conditions. They're durable, waterproof, and perfect for marking locations for electrical, plumbing, HVAC, and more. Available in trade-specific colors, trademarks make communication with your team simple, professional, and reliable. Whether you're recording benchmarks, elevations, or center lines, trademarks ensure your layouts stay intact, even under heavy traffic. New customers enjoy 15% off at checkout. Visit trademarklayout.com to get yours today.
I'd also love to do a short. That's terrible.
I'm so caffeinated right now.
Whoa! Man, we're excited.
I had a Red Bull on the way here.
Golly, we're talking fast.
This is my second espresso.
You did not.
Holy moly.
My
I am
gosh.
fired up and ready to go, Stolle.
People are going to be listening to this episode on, I think they're going to be on like double speed, but it's going to be regular speed.
It'll be regular speed. Yeah.
No,
But,
I wanted to do a short segment on the just the Charlie Kirk assassination.
Okay. There's no way you don't know who Charlie Kirk is.
No, I didn't, in the context of us texting about it, I didn't immediately recognize the name. But after I saw it, I was like, oh yes, I know this.
Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. Yeah. I mean, I was like, there's no way. He's in debate right now. Like this guy. I mean, yeah. I don't know what your politics are.
So
but
funny.
He's definitely an influential guy. I can't say, like, I listen to his stuff every now and then.
Yeah.
I wasn't like I follow him like on social media, but
Sure.
I wouldn't watch his YouTube videos or anything.
Yeah.
But I would like see his stuff kind of filter through naturally.
Yeah.
And
I've seen a thing or two of his.
I really enjoyed, a lot of the stuff that he had to say, and he just made a lot of sense. But I just appreciated that he was always very kind. He was very generous, and it was just an open forum to anybody who wanted to come ask questions.
Yeah, I think that's great, especially on college campuses, which I think was one of his focuses.
You're in the lion's den.
Well, yeah, and I think that's a really appropriate place to be having open conversation.
That's
like that, yeah. Which I think he really did a good job of facilitating.
If you're going to have open conversation, that's the place to have it.
Yeah, 100%.
But
and
I don't know. It's sad. I mean, he's 31, or he was 31. Yeah. He's got 2 daughters, and it's just like the whole situation's just sad. No matter what your politics are, it's just kind of an unfortunate event, and so a lot of people are sad by it.
Yeah,
definitely bummed out.
I think it's a really important lesson. I hope people respond and realize the importance of, if you disagree with people's opinion, like there should be people who are allowed to voice different opinions than you in the world, and particularly in your own country, and particularly in America, where
you have
that's
a
high
speech,
where there's a high value of that. And so that, obviously the situation itself is terrible and saddening, but that was part of the sadness for me, was there was someone out there who felt like they needed to silence a voice they didn't agree with.
Yeah.
And, there's lines where things cross, outside of just discussion in forum, but I think it's safe to say that Charlie was not in that category, and he had strong opinions, and I think he, was voicing those, but that doesn't mean they were bad.
Yeah, he stood on principle, and he stood up for what he believed in, and I admired that. Anybody really, even if it's somebody whose opinion I disagree with, if at least they're honest and they stand up for what they believe, like, I have tremendous respect for that.
Yeah, 100%.
So, and you have the right to believe what you want to believe and live your life how you want to live it, as long as, you're not hurting anybody or hurting society, I guess. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's a free country. You can do what you want. But yeah, it's, I don't know. It's sad.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then, 9/11, no less. That's, when we're recording. So it's the anniversary of 9/11.
Yeah.
Just kind of a bummer. I mean, I don't know. I remember, I think I was in 4th grade during 9/11, and I vividly remember that day.
Me
I think that's just
that
scorched in everybody's mind.
Yeah.
That's
pretty good. I remember my mom freaking out.
Oh my gosh.
I was with her. I think we were in some medical, maybe a doctor's appointment or something like that, and playing on the TV, and everyone's freaking out.
Yeah. I mean, 4th grade, I was young, but I was still old enough to recognize just the severity of the situation. And I think what shocked me the most was just the world just stopped. Everything stopped.
Yeah.
I was in school.
Yeah.
I think we were in I don't know, music class or something. I don't remember what it was, the specific class, but it just stopped. They rolled in the TV, and that was the rest of the day, was watching the news.
That's crazy.
And everything was quiet. We went home, and it was still quiet. The news was on. And, but following that day was just this sense of just national pride. When a tragedy like that happens, it's like you just put away your differences for a minute.
Yeah.
And realize we're all in this together. Yeah. And this was an attack on all of us. And it was kind of unifying in that way. And I, even when I was young, I still kind of had that feeling, that everybody kind of got along after that for a short time. Yeah. So it was powerful.
Well, it is. Moments like that are super powerful.
Do you remember that day? Like what you were doing?
Yeah. I remember, I think I was with my mom for whatever reason that day, and we had gone to I remember sitting in some waiting room kind of environment. I don't know if that was a doctor or what, but, and I remember her being, sad and emotional, and I think I was like, oh, I was understanding what was happening, but I wasn't really understanding the importance of it. But I remember watching the TV and seeing the planes hit the second tower, and it was pretty wild.
It's very eerie.
Yeah, it was.
Like watching
super
those
surreal.
Planes come in. Yeah. And hit the building. Yeah.
And I think it was probably the first time in my life that I'm trying to think back. This might not be true, but it was for sure a time in the early part of my life where something far away, a world event, affected my life.
That's true. That's a good way to put it.
I think it gave me a sense. It was one of the first times that it really gave me a sense of the larger world, and how connected it is.
That's true.
And the things that we do here, things other people do other places affect each other.
That's a good way to put it.
It's pretty surreal.
Yeah. Wow. What is it? What's the anniversary of it? It's like
this is 2025, so we're
14 years.
14 years.
Crazy. Just insane.
So 2025, so that'd be 24 years.
Oh shoot. I'm such an idiot.
I was tracking that.
I don't do math.
I was fact checking you there.
Thank you. I'm glad you did.
I was like 2011. That seems more recent than I remember.
Oh shit. Okay.
24 years.
24 years. Wow.
That's a long time.
That is a long time. Well, that I guess there's no good way to transition from that. But I'm glad we went through that. I'm glad we talked about that. That's just real life, what's going on right now. So, but I wanted to, jump in today about really what gets you fired up for construction. What gets you motivated? Yeah. Michael Stolle, what gets you motivated to get out of bed every day, get your butt to work, and build some amazing stuff?
Come on. This is just a super small thing, but the other day, my wife, she's pregnant, and she had a request of something in the house to do. We had a broken drain in our tub, and she was like, can you fix that? And so I spent a little time fixing that the other day, and
I didn't know you were handy.
And yeah, well, I wouldn't say I'm super handy, but that was definitely within my skill level.
Oh, great! All right.
And I was like, yes, we can do that. And
it was a very masculine, manly thing for you to do. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. And it was so great because I loved fixing the problem.
Yep.
I love fixing the problem, finding
Yep.
the solution, and just making something just a little bit better. Just a little bit.
No,
it was it was a small change. And on site today, I was on site, and we're at the end of this project, so we're going through kind of final punch, and you just kind of do laps through the house of just, you kind of fix a small problem and you come back and then you fix the problem that was a little bit smaller, and then you fix the problem that was a little bit smaller. You're just dialing it in, and it's the same thing. Where I was, taking tape off of stuff, cleaning a wall, fixing something that was dented.
Yeah,
just these little things, and that really gets me fired up when I can walk away at the end of the day and see a tangible change in what I did. And there's the big picture of that, right? You walk away and see a house built, see the physical world changed because of your effort. That is huge. And you know what? I think that kind of actually weirdly ties into our AI conversation that we were talking about. That
okay.
I don't know if we were recording then or not, but I think one thing that's going to continually be a challenge for people is mentally kind of living in the real world as things get more technological. Something like these days with some of these AI tools that come out, I mean, you can have full on conversations with them, and which is cool, but one of the things that does is it takes you kind of one step away from the real world, from the physical, from the humans around you. And one thing that I love about construction is that it pulls me back into reality.
Yes.
Just immediately.
Agreed. Yeah. I mean, AI is great. I think there is some use to it, but it is a crutch. And I look at like my cell phone. If I didn't have my phone, like, I don't know how I would be able to do what we do. I mean, so much of what we do is computer, or phone or internet or email, and it's like, it's such a useful tool to have, but man, is it a crutch. Like you are dead in the water if you don't have a cell signal or a phone, and I think AI is going to be that. I think it is another, it can be a useful tool if applied correctly, but it's also a crutch. And I'll give you an example, and you'll know what I'm talking about. I was trying to draft something the other day, right? It was an invitation. Yep. And, so I typed it up and I used my own brain power to type up this invitation, but I was like, I think it's missing something something special. I'm not the greatest when it comes to words. Okay. And making something sound well thought out. Yeah. So that's just not my strength. No, but
it's all good.
There was she was a real estate agent or somebody who's touring the house that we're in, and she's like, "Oh, just plug it into AI. Just use AI. It's great." And she showed me an invitation that she made, and I mean, it was like a paragraph of text. I was like, "You really couldn't come up with a paragraph on your own? Like, you had to use AI for this?" And so I was like, her heart's in the right place. I get what she's trying to help me out. Yeah. But I was like, really? Like, you can't use your own brain to come up with a paragraph explaining, inviting people to this open house event? Yeah. And that's what I mean. Yeah. It's such a crutch. It's a creative tool. It's great. It solves problems, but it is a crutch. And the more you rely on it, the more your brain is just going to shut off. Like, those creative juices are not going to be flowing anymore. So it's like, I don't know. I really, really try to stay away from it.
Yeah.
Because
that's interesting.
You're just going to get hooked on it.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be so reliant on it that you don't know. It's like calculators.
Uh-huh.
I have to do math on my phone because I can't add in my head, and it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's just a crutch.
I do that sometimes. I'll take a problem if I'm doing some daily invoicing or, material order or whatever. Sometimes I'll just say, screw it, I got to get this done. But if I've got the time and space, I'll do it by hand.
Yeah.
And
it's good practice.
And it really does, because otherwise you do literally lose that skill. I mean, that's
a muscle that you have to work out.
Yeah, 100%.
And if you don't, you'll lose it.
100%.
Yeah. Doing long division, I've long since forgotten how to do long division. I used to be so great at it. It's unfortunate.
That's interesting.
I'm just such a dummy now.
Yeah.
It's bad. And it's all because of technology.
But going back to your original question, I mean, it gets me really fired up to be able to go and work on the real world.
Yes.
And see at the end of the day, a small change that happened.
I share that same sentiment, and I agree 100%. I think what really just draws, what sucked me in, is not only being able to create something from nothing. You can take a raw plot of land and just build something amazing out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're using all of the resources at your disposal to accomplish that task.
Yeah.
And it's like being able to grab and pull resources and people skills and compile all that together and accomplish something that's so complex, and problem solve along the way is just, that's what really gets me fired up and drawn in.
Yeah.
It's just the problem solving. It's like a big puzzle. Every day there's something.
Mm-hmm.
Like you think, oh, it's going to be, I solved this issue. It's going to be smooth sailing now.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
No. The next day there's going to be something.
Yep.
And it's like, what is it going to be today?
Yeah.
And then so it's like, it just keeps you on your toes, get you thinking. And, I think when it comes to problem solving, it's like, you got to know what your options are. There's a problem that comes up, and you don't know necessarily which way to jump. So, you might ask somebody who's an expert. Like if it's an electrical issue, get your electrician. Like, hey, this is the problem.
Yeah.
What are our options?
Yeah.
I think that's the worst thing, is when you feel like your back is against a wall and you just have to jump and make a decision.
Yeah.
That's never the case. You can always take your time, pause, and just gather information, figure out what your options are, and then make an educated decision. What are the budget implications to, fixing the problem? Is there a more efficient way to do it? Is there a less expensive way to do it? That the end result is going to be the same.
Yeah.
So that's like, there's so much, and the schedule implications and all this other stuff. There's so much data and information that you need to gather just to make a seemingly simple decision. But like that's your responsibility, and it kind of falls on you, and being the leader of the project, like everybody comes to you.
Yeah.
Anytime there's an issue, and they're just looking at you like, well, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
So,
well, what do you do whenever you've got problems where the answer is unclear, where people, the trade or the, kind of quote unquote expert in the situation doesn't know exactly what it's not just an easy fix. It's not a straightforward answer. How do you go about attacking those problems?
Do you have a more specific example? Like, first of all, I'd say just stop. Like, it's okay to just pause. Like I said that, just stop. Even if it takes 24 or 48 hours. Yeah. Just pause.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like those kinds of situations, the best thing you could do, just sleep on it. Pray about it. Sleep on it. There's no issue too small for God to handle. And there's been absolutely dumb things that something will happen, and it's like, I really don't want to deal with this issue right now. And it's like, I just gotta give it up to God and be like, I know you're gonna handle this, because you're here, you're overseeing everything right now, and there's no issue that's too small for you. and there's nothing that you can't overcome. I can't see it right now, but you already know the answer. So it's like, I'm just going to give this up to you and sleep on it. And then sometimes like the next day it's like, oh, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Or even if you don't know, somebody else might propose something, and that kind of gets the conversation going.
Yeah.
You know, gets the conversation happening, and that might lead to something else, which eventually leads you to, you know, whatever the solution to the problem is.
Yeah.
So do not jump to conclusions. Do not make rash decisions. Pause. Like that. That's probably the biggest thing I could say is just stop. You know, make progress somewhere else, wherever you can, and just whatever the issue is, just let it sit for a minute. Think about it, pray about it.
Yeah.
If you have to, sleep on it, and then get back to it.
Yeah.
Don't jump.
That's a great answer. I 100% agree with that. I'll give you an example of a problem that we came up against. You know, we had finished a house, and there was a problem in the electrical system, a certain circuit that wasn't working quite right, and we couldn't figure out why. We had the electrician check it. We had a third party, the electrician come out, you know, didn't know anything about the project, kind of blind eye, check it. And everyone kind of came away with, oh, everything looks fine.
Yeah.
And so I've been walking through this process of, and from a, you know, homeowner standpoint, that can be frustrating, right? You're going, what? You can't find, you know, you don't know the solution.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You don't know?
You built this house. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And I think, and so that's, you know, that's a tricky spot, right? You want to solve the issue. Yeah. You don't know what to do. And I like your strategy of, you know, take a breath, don't run in and start trying to do a million different things. But, you know, the answer will be revealed to you.
It will.
Then, you know, we're taking our next step of trying things out, and I'll report back to you once, you know.
So this is ongoing.
This is ongoing.
Okay.
Yeah, we're right in the middle of it.
Yeah. Well, that's the biggest thing I'd say is wait. And I think nine times out of 10, the answer is always, like, the solution is always easier than what you initially think it's going to be. It doesn't always happen that way, but I think as humans, our initial reaction is to think of the worst possible scenario. You know, like those wiring issues, like, oh God, we're going to have to cut open the wall. We're going to have to find this gosh darn circuit and, you know, patch all this again and redo everything. And I think that's our initial gut reaction is just whatever the worst case scenario is. And to be fair, so that you might have to do that. Yeah. But, you know, in my experience, 9 times out of 10, it's always just something simple. Or you find a way to isolate the problem and really minimize the damage that you have to make. That would be, you know, best case if you have to open up a wall. Yeah. But I think if the solution is you got to open up a wall, I would definitely wait. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't want to jump and be like, oh, we didn't actually have to do that.
We didn't have to actually do that.
It's like, just wait, and you hit the nail on the head. The answer will be revealed to you. But man, how many situations do you get in where it's like, I don't know, I don't have the answer. Yeah. And you just have to, like, give it up to God and be like, I know you're going to solve this. Yeah. I mean,
well, there's just so many things that are out of your control in this.
There's so many moving parts and pieces. Yeah.
Yeah. Not from a big picture standpoint, but from a small picture standpoint, right? When a trade is going to show up on a certain day. For example. Yeah. I mean, this different trades act different ways. You got, even within a certain trade or company, you've got different people there. You know, you're working with people, so it's inherently, what's the word I'm looking for?
full of conflict,
not static, but
dynamic.
Dynamic. Thank you.
Wow,
it's inherently dynamic. Look at that. Look at
I
you.
got a word,
you
buddy.
Got words. All right, you got
it's
words.
the caffeine.
And and so yeah, I think that's it's not that we it's not that you don't know what you're doing, or that it's an inherently uncontrollable, like building houses uncontrollable overall. Like, you do have some control in it, but there's elements of that you don't.
Yeah. I'm always envious of people who, it just seems like no matter what situation they're in, and I think this just comes with experience.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what situation they're in, it always seems like they have the answer.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like they've done it all, seen it all.
Yeah.
And they know exactly who to call, or they know what products to use in this application. And they just, something happens and it's like, nope, we're going to pivot. We're going to do this, this, and this. It's like, yeah, I'm always envious of those people. And it's like, man, I want that, I want that level of knowledge where I can just be so confident.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing, and, the things that we're doing on site. It's like, I think that just comes with time and experience. But
yeah, that is something that I'm excited about my next, the next project I'm on.
Yeah.
Is that I'm like, oh man, I'm really excited to take the things and experiences that I've learned on the current house I'm working on.
Yeah.
And apply those to the next one.
For sure.
And, so reflecting on and remembering the tension points or problem children and what I'm working on, saying, oh, hey, I have opportunity on this next house. I get to go attack those, and I'll be, a little bit more aware or vigilant in those, circumstances as I'm, reaching window install, or as I'm reaching,
Yep.
finished stucco, or,
This was a
whatever
really
the various things
big
are.
pain point for me last time, so I'm going to be hyper focused on that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's so. I mean, we have one of our values at Daglish is leverage the lessons, and that's such a perfect example of that. Yeah. Of everybody makes mistakes. Nobody knows everything.
Yeah,
and accidents happen, mistakes are made, but the important part is that you take the lesson that you learned from making that mistake and apply it. Don't make the same mistake. And apply it to the next project and the next project. And it's like, eventually you're just going to be this diamond that's hardened by, trial and just time, that, eventually you just become perfect. No, I'm kidding. But,
wow, I'm really excited for that day.
Oh, you got a long way, buddy.
I might not be Earth, but
no, it's, all joking aside, but yeah, it's, I don't know. That's one of the values that we have. Leverage the lessons. So,
okay. What? I'm flipping the question to you. What's something that gets you fired up?
Well, I kind of alluded to it already, but I think the problem solving, and the problem solving to me is probably number one. Is just being able to take this giant puzzle, that nobody's ever built this before. This is one of a kind.
Yeah.
The principles that we use in construction are time tested, but this design that we're looking at is one off. It's never been done before. So it's like you're getting to do something that nobody else is going to be able to do, right? And so that's an element of excitement there.
Yeah, it's cool.
And just doing what in this industry, or this sector of the market, I guess, is so high end, and it's like we get to work with some amazing craftsmen and amazing materials and people.
Yeah, and
that's exciting too. Is like meeting new people and pooling resources and gathering all the materials that you need and the people to accomplish this seemingly impossible task, and it all has to come together. And, you're there coordinating it all, making sure it all runs smoothly. And that's just, I think what's exciting is it's just the challenge of construction. I mean, it's not easy.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want to meet it head on.
Yeah.
And overcome it. And so that's exciting.
Yeah.
But I don't know, that kind of got me thinking. I was thinking about this the other day because I'm in an area that we've never worked in before, working with people that we've never done business with before.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me. So let's talk a little about this challenge that you're facing. You're problem solving in a unique way.
Yeah.
Which is, building something far away.
Yeah. And it's interesting because you don't have that usual safety net of being able to have people there that you are confident in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm having to work with people that I've never used before.
Mm-hmm.
They're strangers to me.
Mm-hmm.
They're very nice, very
Yeah.
knowledgeable, but it's like, man,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They're not time tested like some of these other guys that we're used to using.
Right.
And it's like the other big question that kind of is weighing heavily on me is like, how do you motivate somebody to like really get the best out of them? You know, to get their absolute best effort.
Yeah.
That's
Ooh.
what I'm wrestling with right now.
Love that.
Have you ever seen the movie? Oh shoot! Now I'm blanking on the movie. Come on, caffeine. Kick in. Whiplash. You ever seen the movie Whiplash?
I think I've only seen like part of it.
Oh my gosh, that is such a phenomenal movie. It's a movie about a jazz drummer, and you might be thinking like, how the heck is a movie about a jazz drummer interesting? And it's like, you just have to watch it. But what struck me is not just the musician. Like, it's this guy, he's struggling to like really become the best at what he's doing, which is drumming. And he lives and breathes drumming all day, every day. That's all he can focus on. Like in the movie, he dumps his girlfriend because he wants to focus on drumming.
No way.
And he comes across this teacher who has a jazz band, I guess, this instructor, and he's extremely demanding and in a harsh way. And to me, it's like the whole point of the movie is kind of leading up to the end. And I'm not going to spoil the movie if you haven't seen it. But it's like the whole movie is like leading up to the end, where he just gives this amazing performance, like the best performance a jazz drummer could probably do.
Yeah.
And the instructor is there, and he kind of gets this nod of approval from his instructor, you know? And it's so, to me, what hit me the hardest was the instructor, not the drummer, but it's like, this guy, I think he knew what he was doing the whole time. He wasn't being a dick just for the sake of being a dick. Like, he knew how to play this guy to get him to give him this performance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, how do we do that to, you know, subcontractors that we use?
Yeah.
How can we motivate them or talk to them in a certain way? Because everybody's different, but it's like, how do you really get that A+ performance from somebody?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I'm still working out, you know, how to do that.
Same here.
I think everybody is. I mean, really, how do you do that? But, I don't know. That's I think my biggest struggle right now. It's like, before we really get off the ground and get into the weeds on this big project, it's like, I'm trying to assemble this team and make sure I have the right people in place. Yeah. And make sure that the expectation of what I'm trying to get out of them is very clear. So that they're set up for success. Yeah. So I don't know. That's very long-winded, but that's kind of what I'm wrestling with right now.
No, I like that. I think as I think about keys to that, to high performance, I think about one, you know, having the right people in place. Yeah. You know, going back to your movie reference of, you know, that instructor probably wouldn't take on just any student, right? So,
Right.
And as you're thinking about, who are the guys working on your site? I mean, you're in a new market, a new world, so there's some unknowns there. But to the extent that you can, you want to be screening for quality, right? People who
Yes.
care, people of integrity.
Yeah.
And then another thing I think would be kind of understanding the kind of vision or the goal or the story of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on that piece, but I see people, turn up the dial or give that extra effort when they, and speaking from personal spot too, of when I'm really excited about and believe in what's happening. And I've seen that at the project I'm working on, some where people walk in and they go, "Oh, wow, like this house is so nice," or, "Oh, this is really cool."
Mm-hmm.
And those comments, not all the times, but sometimes spark that interest in that desire to, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna put forth my best,"
Yeah.
because I want it to be the same level
Yeah.
of quality and I think you're on a really great path of doing the work early to set that up, because those early trades, right, they set the tone for the next one.
Yeah.
Sets the tone, sets the tone for the rough in stage trades,
Yeah.
set the tone for the finished stage trades. It just goes, that it kind of has a waterfall effect.
Yeah. And I think we've talked about this before on other episodes, but it's like, your attitude is infectious. When people see you get fired up
Mm-hmm.
about, in a good way, or excited about the project and excited about the details and
Mm-hmm.
certain parts of the project, well, they'll get fired up too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's important to know that if somebody, like, if they don't have what it takes, if they don't have the right attitude, then you got to be able to cut ties with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I recognize that. I'm trying to assemble this team of people, but at the same time, like, if they're, they don't have what it takes, they don't have what it takes.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to be able to move on and go
Mm-hmm.
to somebody else.
Yep.
And, maybe they'll use that failure as motivation to become better. I know there's a lot of people, I'm in that category of, like, when I fail, then it just makes me want to try even harder, and I work twice as hard to, make sure that I don't make that mistake again.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, maybe they'll turn around and realize, man, I do need to step up my game, or I do need to fix this issue in my company, or, how I'm running my crew or whatever.
Yeah.
I need to fix these inefficiencies. And ultimately they'll be better. And that's definitely the goal, is, like, to have this impact on not just your job site, but everybody around you, to just want to be better
Mm-hmm.
all around.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's kind of what the whole idea behind Build Different means, is just, you're operating in such a way that people look at you and be like, God dang, there's something different about that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's everything he does is just with such excellence, and it's like, it makes me want to be a better father. It makes me want to work out and get in shape. It makes me want to eat better, or, it makes me want to, pick up my Bible and read my Bible again, or a book or whatever, and educate myself.
Yeah.
Because, that's the level of excellence that we're looking for. It's not just when you're on the project, not when you're just on the job, but, like, in all aspects of life.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what I think the whole purpose behind Build Different and building with excellence and operating with excellence really means to me. So, I don't know. Again, long-winded.
No, that's
I need
helpful.
Man,
I think.
caffeine, man. It's great. I know you're like
this is
anti-caffeine over there. You're a
Afternoon Lonnie.
kombucha
Afternoon
guy.
caffeinated Lonnie.
Dude, I live on caffeine. I'll tell you what. You'll know what I mean. You have a kid on the way?
Yeah, the kid on that that'll probably change things
Yeah,
a little bit.
you
I'll
might.
tell you that.
You're going to be sucking down Red Bulls and Monsters before you know it.
I don't know about that.
Well, I'm fired up right now, man.
Let's go.
Well, I appreciate you, Michael. Always enjoy getting to talk with you. Best of luck on finishing up your project. You're down to the wire now.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah. I can't wait to see it tomorrow, too. We're at this
Come on by.
open house event, so I can't wait to see the final polish, and everything just come together. So,
All the protection off and everything.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
the furniture in, all the lights are turned on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Well, appreciate you. I hope everybody enjoyed it and can definitely relate to a lot of things we're talking about. And please, don't be afraid to leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts. Send a message. We're always open to hear what everybody's thinking. So appreciate you listening, and on to the next one.
See you next time.
All right. Appreciate you.